Today I'm rebuilding the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Steph Curry era. The goal of this rebuild is to win LeBron James 6 championships by the end, and currently he has 3 coming off a championship win against the Golden State Warriors. Let's see what we're working with. So we do have a big 3 of LeBron James, Kyrie, Irving, and Kevin Love. But other than these 3 players, there's not much noise on this team. The rest of the team is 70 overall players. Tristan Thompson's an 80 overall player, but I'm not the biggest fan of Tristan Thompson. He's not the best rim protector. He's really only good at rebounding and defending, obviously. But we're going to have to make some moves to upgrade this rotation, but as of right now, this is going to be our 9-man rotation. The starting lineup, we have Kyrie Irving, J.R. Smith, LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Tristan Thompson. And off the bench, we have Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson, James Jones, and Mo Williams. So we're going to be running a 9-man rotation. Let's go ahead and simulate the first week and see how we do. So we do end up winning 2 of the 3 games. In game 1, LeBron James had 38. Kyrie had a 31-point double-double, which is absolutely amazing. I also hope throughout this video we can keep Kyrie Irving on the Cleveland Cavaliers instead of leaving how he did in real life. But Kevin Love, on the other hand, I'm not so sure about. I don't think he's going to be in his prime much longer. He is 28, but I'm pretty sure Kevin Love started falling off around 29, 30 years old. So we'll see what type of moves we can make at this trade deadline. Mo Williams with 14. LeBron is so far averaging 26 points per game. And now I'm going to start simulating until the trade deadline, where hopefully we can make some good moves to upgrade this roster around LeBron James. Also, I forgot to show you guys the system proficiency. So we do have 4.5-star overall system proficiency, perimeter centric under Ty Lue. I threw Tristan Thompson in Trade Finder, and the LA Clippers are down to send us DeAndre Jordan for Tristan Thompson and Mo Williams. There's no way we're passing up on this trade offer. This is prime DeAndre Jordan, who's for 36 minutes averaging 17.5 rebounds and 3 blocks per game. We do have to give up Mo Williams, but he wasn't playing many minutes for us off the bench anyways, so let's go ahead and pull off this trade and upgrade this rotation. And now we have one of the best defensive big men in the entire NBA as our starting center, and I think this trade is going to make our team a whole lot better. J.R. Smith is a starting shooting guard as of right now. He has been shooting pretty well from the 3-point line, 36%. He's averaging 11 points per game. Let's continue simulating until the trade deadline, where we make some more trades. I was checking which free agents are available at this moment, and Jordan Crawford is available and he only wants a minimum contract. We're going to go ahead and sign him to bring some more depth on our team. He could come off the bench, play around 15 to 20 minutes per game. I stopped here a few days before the trade deadline, and honestly there's not really many moves on our roster that I want to make. One trade would be trading away Kevin Love. He's shooting 33% from the 3-point line. But the problem with trading Kevin Love is we're not getting back any good power forwards in return. So what I think we're going to do is wait until the next NBA draft, where Jayson, Tatum, Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo, there's a lot of good players here, Donovan Mitchell are in, and we can possibly try getting Jayson Tatum to replace Kevin Love. At the end of season number 1, Russell Westbrook wins MVP, averaging an insane 37 points per game, 14 boards, 7 assists. This is the first season when Kevin Durant left the OKC Thunder, and clearly Russell Westbrook's been balling out. Ben Simmons wins Rookie of the Year, Jared wins 6th Man, Giannis Defensive Player of the Year, Jokic wins Most Improved. I think DeAndre Jordan definitely could have won Defensive Player, but it is what it is. But yeah, Jokic wins Most Improved, Steven Butler Coach of the Year, and we win Executive of the Year. We won a total of 61 games. LeBron James did make All-NBA First Team. Do we get Kyrie here? And we do. So we get Kyrie Irving on All-NBA Third Team. On All Defensive Team, we don't get our big men somehow. That is pretty insane. I believe he was almost averaging 3 blocks per game, but that's all right. and we were the number 2 seed, so we weren't the number 1 seed despite winning 61 games. It looks like the Toronto Raptors were ahead of us where they won 65. Nonetheless, we still won 61 games, which is really impressive. Let me go ahead and show you guys the player stats for the regular season. And the leading scorer on our team was LeBron James, averaging 27.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2.5 stocks per game. And his efficiency was absolutely amazing. Kyrie Irving was right behind LeBron James, averaging 27 points per game. He was almost playing 40 minutes per game though. And then we had Kevin Love averaging an 18-point double-double. Amazing season from him. In the first half, he was struggling from the 3-point line, but clearly he's picked things up. 11 from Chen and Fry. He was an amazing 6-man for our team. Great 3-point shooter, as you guys can see, 39%. 11 points per game from J.R. Smith. 37% from 3, and the rest of the team. Again, DeAndre Jordan did not make the defensive team, which is kind of a surprise. He was averaging 2.2 blocks per game. And now, in round 1, we're going to be taking on the Philadelphia 76ers, who have Ben Simmons, Rob Covington, Jeremy Grant, Dario Saric, and Joel Embiid. And this is what their bench unit is looking like. I fixed up our player minutes. Sadly, J.R. Smith is cold at the moment, but hopefully he can pick things up here in the first round against the Philadelphia 76ers. Game number 1 goes to us, and LeBron James puts up 43, 10, and 4, 25 from Irving, a 20-point double-double from Kevin Love, and a double-double from Jordan. Game number 2 is also a win for us. There we go. LeBron with 36, 7, and 13. Kyrie 27. Kevin Love with another double-double. And the same for DeAndre Jordan. Game number 3 also goes to us. So does game 4 to advance to the second round. Let's go ahead and look at the player stats for the first round here. The leading scorer was LeBron, 35, 33 from Kyrie, and the rest of the team. Now we're taking on the Boston Celtics. They have Isaiah Thomas, Jaylen Brown, Jay Crowder, Jones, and Al Horford. This is a pretty decent team. They were the number 3 seed. They beat the Chicago Bulls, but hopefully we can defeat them here in the second round. Game number 1 does go to us. LeBron drops 33, Kyrie with the double-double. Game number 2 also goes to us. Kyrie Irving with 55 points, making 10 3-pointers. Holy cow. LeBron James had 28. Game number 3 goes to the Boston Celtics, sadly here. Who is this? Gerald Green drops 31 points on us. LeBron had 27. Kyrie played good, but we did fall short. And they also win game 4. Isaiah Thomas with 34 points, and he is balling out right now. Kyrie Irving had 32. Kevin Love. LeBron struggled here. Well, did he struggle? He just didn't take as many shots as he should have. Maybe we need to come up with a defensive coach game plan for Isaiah Thomas, since he's basically the offensive engine for the Boston Celtics. I came up with a defensive coach game plan. Let's see if that can help us win the next 2 games here. We do have home court advantage for game number 5. And so far, it's a back and forth battle. Pretty close, but we do end up closing it, winning by 16 points. LeBron had 36, Kyrie had 33, and Fry had 22. How was our defense? Isaiah Thomas still played good, but we did hold Kelly Olynyk to 5 of 14 shooting. And now it's time for game 6, where we do end up winning to advance to the conference finals, where we're going to be taking on the number 1 seed, the Toronto Raptors. Let's go ahead and see how our players played here in the second round. Kyrie Irving was the leading scorer, 33 points per game, 29 from LeBron. Now, this is where the hard challenge is going to begin, because the Toronto Raptors in the Steph Curry era are unstoppable. They have Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Terrence Ross, Patrick Patterson, and Jonas Valanciunas, and this is their bench unit. Hopefully we can defeat this team, but again, this team is unstoppable in the Steph Curry era. They're like the Dallas Mavericks in the modern era, or the Minnesota Timberwolves. Game number 1 goes to the Raptors, and see what I mean? Somehow Terrence Ross is dropping 31 points on LeBron James, which would never happen in real life. Game number 2 goes to us, thankfully. DeRozan had 38 points. LeBron had 41 and Kyrie had 32. Game 3, we also end up winning. Let's go. LeBron James drops 32, 27 from Kyrie, 19 and 17 from Kevin Love. Something I forgot to mention is we have two players averaging double-doubles in our starting lineup. Well, almost double-doubles, double-digit rebounds. DeAndre Jordan and Kevin Love. We're probably one of the best rebounding teams in the league. Game 4 goes to the Toronto Raptors. Kyrie had 41, but sadly we did fall short. LeBron James played 31 minutes again, didn't shoot the ball as much as I would like for him to shoot. He only shot the ball 9 times as our number 1 option. That is unacceptable. But game 5, let's see what happens. We don't have home court advantage here. The Raptors have home court advantage and so close. And we do end up winning by 6 points. Luckily, we outscored them by 21 in the 4th. I thought we were definitely going to be losing this game, but luckily we win. LeBron had 31, 20 from Kyrie, 20 rebounds from Jordan. And how was our defense? It was all right. We did hold Kyle Lowry to 4 of 13, but can we close it out here in game 6? And yes, we can, to advance to the NBA Finals. We're either going to be taking on the Golden State Warriors or the Spurs, and I believe in these in real life. What season would this be? 2017. It was the Cavs versus the Golden State Warriors, so let's see if we can do that once again. The Warriors did end up beating the Cavs, but it's going to be the Spurs. San Antonio Spurs, they have Tony Parker, Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Pau Gasol. I'm not sure how this team made it all the way to the NBA Finals with 270 overall players in their starting lineup, but they did with Kawhi Leonard carrying. Now let's see what's going to happen here in the NBA Finals. Game 1 goes to us. Kyrie drops 35, LeBron 29, 10, and 9, as well as 4 steals, almost had a triple-double. Game number 2 is also a win for us. LeBron drops 36. He's going for that Finals MVP. Game 3 also goes to us. Let's go. 29-point double-double from LeBron James. I'm glad the Spurs took care of the Warriors, because if we went up against the Warriors, especially now that they have Kevin Durant, things would have looked pretty hard. But let's see if we can sweep the San Antonio Spurs, which we do not. But we don't gentlemen sweep them either, so they're pushing it to a game 6. LeBron did have 39 points, but let's jump into Simcast and see what happens. We don't have home court advantage, but we do start off really strong. And it looks like we are going to be winning the 2017 NBA Championship. LeBron James 1 rebound shy of a triple-double. Love had 24, Kyrie with 20. And just like that, the Cleveland Cavaliers are your 2017 champions, with LeBron James winning Finals MVP, averaging 34 points per game, 7.5 boards, 9 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Here are the playoff stats. We played a total of 22 games, and LeBron James averaged 32, Kyrie averaged 30. And here are the NBA final stats. LeBron was averaging 34 points per game. Now it's time for the offseason. I'm going to see if there's any players we need to overturn their retirement, and then I'll see you guys either at the NBA draft or free agency. We don't have ourselves any first round pick in this year's NBA draft, but what I am planning on doing is trading and acquiring ourselves a top 3 pick. That way we can pair up Jayson Tatum with LeBron James. Let's see where Jayson Tatum's projected to go. So either he's projected to go number 4 or number 3 to the Dallas Mavericks. So I'm going to try trading for the Dallas Mavericks pick or the Phoenix Suns, because I don't want to miss out on Jayson Tatum. Let's go and talk to these teams. So I did try trading for the first overall pick with the Boston Celtics, but they were not accepting Kevin Love. We even threw in a bunch of first round picks, second round picks, and extra players, but they wouldn't accept the trade. So it looks like we're going to have to try hoping that Jayson Tatum doesn't get selected by the Boston Celtics, so we can take him at pick number 2. The Phoenix Suns do decline this trade offer. Let's throw in some second rounders and see if that can get it done, and it does not. 1 first rounder, they want Ian Fry for Wesley Matthews. Let's go ahead and pull off this trade. Now we have to cross our fingers that Jayson Tatum does not go to the Boston Celtics. And it says they want Lonzo Ball, but they don't have a starting power forward at this moment, which is why I'm kind of scared that they better not take Jayson Tatum. But luckily, Jayson Tatum's listed at small forward. Let's see what happens here in the 2017 NBA draft. And they take Lonzo Ball, perfect. They could have taken Jayson Tatum, but I guess we're taking Jayson Tatum to pair up with LeBron James. We got rookie Jayson Tatum on our team, who's going to be the starting power forward. He is a 78 overall, so we're going to have to wait for him to develop. Hopefully he starts developing pretty soon, because we do have LeBron James, who we need to win 6 championships for. And I do think we're also going to be upgrading the shooting guard position, but let's see what we got to do this offseason in free agency. Qualifying offers. Jordan McRae, we don't need to bring back. He didn't even play a single minute for us, so there's no point. Is there anyone else we need to bring back? No, there is not. And how much money do we have? Not enough. The highest overall shooting guard we can sign is a 74. This offseason, we're going to be signing a few players. Some of them I will be trading away for first round picks, because we are going to try pulling off some pretty decent trades this offseason. But as of right now, these will be the 4 signings we make. Derek White was selected in the second round of the 17 draft, and we're going to try trading for him. The Milwaukee Bucks currently have him on their team, but we all know how good of a two-way player Derek White ends up becoming, and obviously once his overall goes up, he could be the starting shooting guard on our team. We're going to be offering them Larry Sanders, a second round pick, and Aaron Aflalo. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but these 3 things we're going to be offering, and we get ourselves Derek White. And right now he is a 70 overall, so we're going to have to wait for him to develop. Maybe a season, maybe 2 seasons, but hopefully in a few he's ready. We're going to be targeting JJ Redick from the LA Clippers to be our brand new starting shooting guard. He's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league at this time. This past season he averaged 14.5 points per game on 43% shooting from the 3. Let's see if the Clippers are down to take on J.R. Smith and Wesley Matthews for JJ Redick. They do decline, but I did acquire ourselves a first round pick, and just like that, we have ourselves JJ Redick. The Toronto Raptors are down to send us Terrence Ross and a first round pick for Channing Frye and Anthony Tolliver. Terrence Ross was averaging 12 points per game. He's a really good 3-point shooter and could be our backup wing. We don't really have a good scoring option off the bench, but now after getting Terrence Ross, we do. We're ready for the second season, and this is what our new 9-man rotation will be looking like. The starting lineup is going to include Kyrie Irving, JJ Redick, LeBron James, Jayson Tatum, and DeAndre Jordan. And then off the bench, we have Terrence Ross, Sean Livingston, Derek White, and Andre Bogut. We are going to be playing Derek White, even though he's only a 70 overall. I would like for him to progress, so in order for him to progress, we're going to have to give him minutes. But this rotation is looking absolutely amazing. I love our starting lineup. The bench unit, I'm not so sure about. I guess we'll find out. Terrence Ross, as long as he could play how he did with the Raptors, we will be fine. And also, we do have LeBron James 4 championships now, which means there's 2 championships left to go before we complete this challenge. Now let's go ahead and simulate the next 2 weeks and see just how we do. We do end up playing not bad, but not too well either. We have a 500 record at this moment, 3 wins and 3 losses. I do still think the chemistry needs to be built. We did change up this rotation by a lot. JJ Redick is so far struggling from his 3-point shooting, but hopefully he picks things up. Jayson Tatum's averaging 13 points per game so far, Terrence Ross 13. So yeah, I'm going to continue simulating until the trade deadline. I don't know if we're going to be making trades this season. We may make some trades depending on how our team does. Also, if you guys do enjoy these 2K rebuilds, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button. I was looking around the league to see what 3-and-D shooting guard we can acquire to bring on our team, and Gary Harris will be that perfect shooting guard to have in our starting lineup. He'll definitely help out our defense, and on top of that, he's a really good 3-point shooter as well. JJ Redick has been good for us offensively, but Redick is not a good defender at all. So getting Gary Harris should upgrade our team. Let's see if the Denver Nuggets accept this trade. They do decline, but that's where our first round picks should come in handy. 1 first round pick, they still decline. A second rounder, they still decline. What if we throw in 2 first round picks and they're still declining? I'm definitely not giving up 3 first rounders for Gary Harris. The Nuggets wanted way too much for Gary Harris, so we are going to pass up on him. But Caldwell Pope is another good 3-and-D player that we could bring on our team. He's averaging 14 points per game, good 3-point shooter, and he's a good defender that could be our starting shooting guard. Let's see if the Pistons are down to trade JJ Redick for Caldwell Pope. They do decline. We could throw in a first round pick, and they still decline. What if we include a second rounder? And I'm definitely not giving up 2 first round picks for Caldwell Pope. Can we include another player, because his salary is a lot bigger than JJ Redick, so let's see if we can. So yeah, we could throw in another player and we won't have to take another in return. Let's see which player we can include in this trade. Maybe JJ Hickson. He hasn't played for us. He has a 1.5-star trade value. They should get the trade done. Let's see. And they're still going to be declining. Okay, never mind. Both the teams we talked to for a new shooting guard were being way too greedy, so it looks like we're not going to be able to upgrade the shooting guard position, sadly. Hopefully we can draft a good shooting guard in the up-and-coming NBA draft, or in the offseason maybe we can sign one. But as of right now, it looks like we won't be making any changes to the shooting guard position. We have a lot of contract extensions to give out at the contract extension deadline, one of them being for Kyrie Irving. We're going to give him a 2-year contract extension. Let's see if we can lower that to around $25 million a year, and he accepts. DeAndre Jordan also wants a contract extension, and of course we will be giving him that. Let's try $16 million a year. He declines. What about 16.25? And he accepts. Terrence Ross is a player who's been playing really good for our team, so we're also going to give him a 2-year contract extension, and that will be it. And the Brody, Russell Westbrook, wins another back-to-back MVP, and he was nearly averaging 40 points per game. He was going off in OKC. Rookie of the year goes to Lonzo, while Bro's averaging 8 points per game. Are we serious? Tatum was averaging 16.5 points per game on crazy good efficiency, whereas Lonzo Ball was shooting 32% from 3 and 37% from the field. Whatever, it is what it is. Gordon Hayward, 6th man of the year, Kawhi defensive player, Simmons most improved, Ty Lue coach of the year, and we also win executive. And we don't get LeBron on All-NBA first team, but we do get him on All-NBA second team. No Kyrie Irving this time around. And we don't get anyone. Okay, so we do finally get DeAndre Jordan on all defensive second team. Last season he did not get there, but this season he does. We do get Jayson Tatum on all rookie first team. Again, I'm mind boggled how Lonzo Ball won rookie of the year. I get his assists were pretty high, but other than that, he played pretty horrible. And this time around, we were the number 1 seed, and we won a total of 67 games, losing only 15. Let me go ahead and show you guys how our players played. The leading scorer on our team was LeBron James, putting up 28, 9, and 7 on crazy good efficiency, 25 from Kyrie, 16.5 from the rookie Jayson Tatum, as well as 6 rebounds, really good efficiency. 13 from Terrence Ross, he was a good 6th man for us. 13 from JJ Redick, amazing 3-point shooter. 11 and 14 from DeAndre Jordan. And now we're going to be taking on the Chicago Bulls in the first round, who have Michael Carter-Williams, Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, Taj Gibson, and Bobby Portis Jr. And this is their bench unit. The player minutes have been fixed. Let's see if we can go on to win LeBron James his 5th championship. Game number 1 goes to us. LeBron with 36-point double-double, Tatum with 24-point double-double, and Kyrie struggled big time here in game 1, but I'm sure he'll come back around. Game number 2, we also end up winning. LeBron with 22, Kyrie with the 21-point double-double. Game 3 also goes to us. Butler had 38 points, but LeBron James had a 37-point triple-double. 32 from Kyrie Irving. And are we going to sweep them? Yes, we do, to advance to the second round. Butler was averaging 35 points against us, but luckily we still ended up winning. And now we're in the second round where we'll be taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Let me show you guys the player stats for this first round. LeBron led the way. Here are your points per game for the first 4 games of the playoffs. But now we're taking on the 76ers, who have Ben Simmons, Porter Jr., Robert Covington, Saric, and Joel Embiid. And this is their bench unit. I think we can defeat them. Let's see. Game 1 goes to us, LeBron with 35. Game 2 goes to the Philadelphia 76ers. They have Jahlil Okafor coming off of their bench, who's playing really good for them at this moment. Game 3 goes to us. Let's go. LeBron drops 48 points, and Kyrie had 27. We're up 3-1. That's what I'm talking about. Kyrie Irving this time with 49. Whoa. And we gentlemen sweep the Philadelphia 76ers to advance to the conference finals, where we're going to be taking on the Toronto Raptors, the same as last year. And they have Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Norman Powell, Michael Beasley, and Jonas Valanciunas. I think we can defeat this team again. Game 1 does go to us. LeBron drops 40 points. Game number 2 also goes to us. LeBron with 32, 9, 9, and 4 steals, as well as 1 block. Game 3 goes to the Raptors. DeRozan here is balling out. Terrence Ross had 22 points. He's been doing good for us as 6th man. And they tie up the series, of course. We definitely need to come up with a defensive coach game plan for DeMar DeRozan. Alright, I came up with a defensive coach game plan. I also took JJ Redick out of our starting lineup for defensive reasons. Sean Livingston will be starting. Even though he has a low overall, his perimeter defense is really good, which means he can guard Kyle Lowry. Let's go ahead and jump into Simcast here for game number 5, I believe this is. We do have home court advantage, and so far we start off strong, but they're still in the game. We're up by 13 points, 2 minutes remaining. We end up winning by 10. LeBron 27. How was our defense on Lowry? He still played pretty well, but luckily we still end up with a win. Time for game 6. The Raptors have home court advantage this time, and so far we do have the lead, but they end up winning by 7 points. Tatum had 28, Kyrie Irving had 27. LeBron, for some reason, didn't shoot the ball all that much, but we do end up falling short. Alrighty, it's time for game 7, win or go home. And the Denver Nuggets are already in the NBA Finals. We do have home court advantage here for game number 7. Let's see what happens. And so far, we are losing this game, but we end up winning by 16 points. Kyrie Irving balled out big time, putting up 30 points. LeBron struggled big time here, but luckily we had Kyrie Irving to pick up the slack. And our defense was absolutely great. We held them to 89 points. Kyle Lowry 4 of 11 with 5 turnovers. And now we're going up against the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, the Denver Nuggets, who have themselves Stephen Curry paired up with Nikola Jokic. This NBA Finals is definitely going to be the hardest challenge yet for these playoffs. Steph Curry paired up with Nikola Jokic seems like an unstoppable duo, and they also have Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, and a few other good players coming off their bench. Let's see if we can defeat this team to win. LeBron, his 5th championship. Game 1 does go to us. Kyrie drops 48 points. LeBron drops a triple-double. Game 2 goes to the Nuggets, sadly. LeBron played well, but Jokic and Curry end up defeating us. Game 3 goes to us. We end up winning this game with Kyrie leading the way, 34 points. Curry had 24 for their team, and Jokic had 25. Can we go up 3-1? Yes, we can. Let's go. Kyrie drops 34. LeBron had a double-double. And can this be a gentleman's sweep? Fingers crossed, and we do not end up getting a gentleman's sweep. Curry ended up dropping 32 points on our head. LeBron James is playing amazing, but hopefully we can end this off here in Game 6. The Nuggets do have home court advantage for this game, and so far they are defeating us, and it looks like they're going to be winning and pushing it to a Game 7. I ended up coming up with a defensive coach game plan. Let's see if that's going to come in handy here for game number 7. We do have home court advantage, which is amazing for our team, and we do start off with a lead, but they take it right back. We're up by a good amount here in the third quarter, and it looks like we're going to be winning. LeBron James, his 5th championship. LeBron James puts up 24 points, Kyrie with 19, Jordan with a 14-point double-double. And our defense was amazing on Curry. I ended up putting Sean Livingston on Curry, and he held him to 7 of 19 shooting. And where's Jokic? 7 of 14. Gallinari, 3 of 11. And just like that, your Cleveland Cavaliers have won a back-to-back championship. Well, actually, this would be a three-peat because the Cavs won in 16, 17, and now 18. So that's a three-peat right there. LeBron James is your finals MVP, averaging 28, 9, and 8.5, as well as 2.5 stocks per game. And that's something I totally did not realize, that we just won 3 championships in a row for the Cavaliers. Even though in the video we won 2, in real life, the Cavs won the 16 championship as well. And now LeBron James has 5 championships, 1 championship to go. Here are the player stats for the playoffs. We played a total of 23 games. LeBron led the way. Now let's see the NBA Finals stats. So Kyrie Irving did lead the way in scoring here in the NBA Finals. 29 points per game, 28 from LeBron James. And now it's time for the off season. And why does Shaq look like that in that picture? What's going on with bro's eyes? We don't have any first round picks in this year's NBA draft, but that's totally fine because we're not trying to be drafting more rookies on this team. We're trying to build a championship contender around LeBron now. We do need to re-sign Ty Lue, so let's go ahead and offer him a max contract, and the max contract we can offer him is 12 mil a year. Hopefully he accepts, which he does. Now I'll see you guys at free agency. And LeBron James just declined his player option. We're going to have to bring him back on this team. I hope we have the money to re-sign him, which we should. If not, we can forcefully bring him back to this team, because the goal of this video is to win LeBron 6 championships. But I didn't say with the Cavs, so maybe we'll have to switch teams. I never know. We have to trade away Terrence Ross to clear up some salary cap, otherwise LeBron James is going to end up leaving us. So we're going to trade away Terrence Ross to the 76ers for 2 first round picks. Sadly, we have to trade away Ross. He was really the only player in double digits scoring off of our bench unit. But now we should be able to sign LeBron James. He does have a lot of offers from other teams, but hopefully we can outmatch them. And for some reason, even though we traded away Terrence Ross, the most money it's letting me offer LeBron is $35.5 million. But the team, the Pacers, are offering him 3 years, 112. So I don't know if we're going to be able to bring LeBron back, to be honest. Let's try this out. We'll give him a no trade clause, player option, $35 million. And thankfully, he will be accepting our offer. And I do believe we'll also have enough money for Gary Harris now that we traded away Terrence Ross. So let's go ahead and offer him a contract as well. He could be the starting shooting guard, and we could have JJ Redick come off the bench. So right now he's getting offered a 3-year contract. We'll offer him a 3-year contract with we can't give him a no trade clause. So I guess we're going to have to try giving him a player option. And he's not going to be accepting. He likes the Spurs offer more than ours. I am going to be giving Zach LaVine a contract here. Hopefully he accepts, and then we could possibly use this contract to go get ourselves another player. We'll offer him a 3-year contract, player option on the 3rd year, $17.5 million. And both LeBron James and Zach LaVine accept, but will we have enough money for both of them is the question. Let's see. Denver Nuggets have decided to match the offer with Gary Harris. The Milwaukee Bucks have decided to match it with Zach LaVine. I signed Greg Monroe to a 2-year contract. We're going to use his contract to go get ourselves a new player. I'm going to be targeting a new starting shooting guard. I don't like JJ Redick in that shooting guard position. He could possibly be the 6th man, or we could also trade him. And honestly, the 2 options are either Caldwell Pope or Gary Harris. Those are the only 2 options I like for a new shooting guard. So we're going to be targeting Caldwell Pope once again. They do decline, but now we have a bunch of first round picks that we can include. And I know he's not worth a bunch of first round picks obviously, but it doesn't matter, we're going to give them a bunch anyways. Let's see, 3 first round picks gets it done, and we get ourselves a new shooting guard. Plus, Caldwell Pope should be progressing this offseason. He's only 25 years old, so he's still fairly young. Now I'm going to finish filling out the rest of this rotation, and then I'll see you guys at the start of next season. I want to see if we can get Otto Porter Jr. to replace Terrence Ross as our 6th man. We're going to try sending them JJ Redick and this dude here who I signed in free agency. They do decline, but we have some first round picks that we can include, and they're still not going to be accepting. What if we include Jamal Crawford? And there we go, we get ourselves Otto Porter Jr. as our brand new 6th man behind LeBron James at the small forward position. Here we are at the start of season number 3 with our new and upgraded rotation. We're going to be running a 9-man rotation, and our starting lineup is going to include Kyrie Irving, Caldwell Pope, LeBron James, Jayson Tatum, and DeAndre Jordan. And off the bench, we have Otto Porter Jr., Derek White, Andre Bogut, and Jeremy Grant, who we signed in free agency. I believe this is the first season where we're starting with all 5 players having an 80 overall or higher in our starting rotation. And now we also have Otto Porter Jr., who's at 86 overall as our 6th man. Let's go ahead and simulate the first few weeks and see just how we do. And we haven't lost a single game yet. I believe this season we're going to be unstoppable. We haven't had this good of a rotation since this video started, but now we are set. I'll see you guys at the end of this season. If there's any trades to be made, I'll stop at the trade deadline to show y'all. So far, we haven't lost a single game. We have a record of 32 wins and 0 losses. We are literally unstoppable. Let's see how long this streak can last. 35-0, 36, 37. We are not losing. What if we end up going 82-0? That would be absolutely insane. And we end up losing the first game by 1 single point against the San Antonio Spurs. At the end of this season, LeBron James goes on to win another MVP. This makes it his 5th MVP at age 34, averaging 29 points per game, 8 boards, 8.5 assists, 2.5 stocks per game on amazing efficiency. Luka Doncic, Rookie of the Year, Gordon Hayward, 6th man, Draymond, Defensive Player, Jonathan Isaac, Most Improved, Ty Lue, our head coach, wins Coach of the Year, and we also win Executive of the Year. LeBron James makes it on All-NBA First Team. Do we get Kyrie Irving? We do. He's on All-NBA Third Team. And what about on All Defensive Team? We don't get our big man for some reason, which is kind of a surprise, but it is what it is. This time we were the number 1 seed again, and we won a total of 75 games, losing only 7. I'm not sure what the Golden State Warriors record is. I'm pretty sure it's 74-8. So if it is, we just beat the record for most wins in a single season. Let me show you guys the player stats before we start simulating these playoffs to hopefully win LeBron James his 6th championship. So the leading scorer on this team was LeBron James, 29 points per game, 25 from Kyrie Irving. Jayson Tatum in his sophomore season averages 20.5 points per game, 7.5 boards, 1 assist, 2 stocks on 50, 40, 87 shooting splits. And the rest of the team was amazing as well. Otto Porter Jr. came off the bench as our 6th man, did his thing, shot 46% from deep. Caldwell Pope was an amazing replacement for JJ Redick. He's a way better defender, and he's a good three-point shooter as well. 10 and 10 from DeAndre Jordan. And now we're going to be taking on the Indiana Pacers in round 1, who have Jeff Teague, Aaron Harrison, Paul George, John Collins, and Miles Turner. And this is their bench unit. Alrighty, we're ready to go. Let's see what happens. Game number 1 goes to the Pacers. Paul George with 39 points. Game number 2 goes to us though. LeBron puts up 54 points, 7 boards, and 7 assists. This is what we need from LeBron. Let's go for the sixth championship. We also win game 3. LeBron with 25. Game 4 is a win for us. LeBron puts up 25. Why is he only playing 31 minutes? I would like LeBron to play a lot more than 31 minutes. But we do end up gentlemen sweeping the Indiana Pacers. Kyrie with 35. LeBron again only played 31 minutes, but he did have 26 points. And now we're going to be taking on the Philadelphia 76ers, who have Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Robert Covington, Dario Saric, and Joel Embiid. And this here is their bench unit. Alright, let's see what happens here in round number 2. Game 1 goes to us. Kyrie puts up 32. LeBron with a 27-point double-double. Tatum has 26, and so far he's averaging 20 points per game. Game number 2 also goes to us. Kyrie with 27. Porter with 24. Tatum with 22. LeBron with 17. And we're up 3-0. We end up sweeping the Philadelphia 76ers to advance to the conference finals, where we're going to be taking on the Toronto Raptors for the 3rd year in a row. And these were the player stats for the 2nd round. Now we're going up against the Toronto Raptors. They have the same exact team they've had for the last few seasons: Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Powell, Siakam, and Valanciunas. Game number 1 goes to the Toronto Raptors. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to the Toronto Raptors. And somehow their big 2 is dropping 60 points in a game. We definitely need to come up with a defensive coach game plan for these 2. I ended up shortening our rotation to an 8-man rotation. Jeremy Grant was playing horrible, so he will no longer be a part of this rotation. Now we're going here in game number 4. The Raptors have home court advantage. Can we go out there and get this win? And it looks like we will, because so far we are winning big time. But they are catching up to us here in the second half. Slow this down a little bit, but no, they're not going to be able to catch up. We're up by 20, 1 minute remaining. LeBron James drops 44, 9, and 10. Kyrie Irving with 27. Jordan with a double-double. How was our defense? On Kyle Lowry was pretty good. We held him to 5 of 13 shooting, but DeRozan still played amazing. Game number 5, we do have home court advantage for this game. So far, they have the lead, and they end up beating us here by 7 points. Tatum had 27, LeBron James. Kyrie struggled big time, 6 of 17 shooting, and so did Caldwell Pope. Time for game 6, win or go home situation, and we don't have home court advantage either. But we do start off the game really strong, and so far we're up by 11 points here in the 4th quarter, 7 minutes remaining. Let's slow this down a little bit and see what happens. And yeah, we're definitely winning this game to push it to a game 7. LeBron James had 34 points, 20 from Kyrie Irving, 20 from Otto Porter Jr. Otto Porter has been struggling in the conference finals, but luckily he played good in this game. Tatum with a double-double and Jordan with a double-double. Our defense was amazing. We held this team to 92 points. Kyle Lowry 5 of 13 shooting, but DeRozan still did his thing. Time for game 7. Winner goes to the NBA Finals. We do have home court advantage. Can we secure this win? And it looks like we are going to be going back to the NBA Finals. Kyrie Irving had 24 points. James had a 20-point double-double. 20 from Caldwell Pope, 18 from Tatum. And our defense was amazing. So clearly, defensive coach game plans came in handy. 6 of 16 shooting for Kyle Lowry. And now it's a rematch of last year's NBA Finals. We're taking on the Denver Nuggets. They're once again the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. But this time, Jamal Murray is now at 86 overall. Last season, he was a 79 overall. And Gary Harris was at 82 overall, now he's an 84. And of course, they still have Steph Curry and Jokic paired up together. And I was looking at this team's bench, they also have De'Aaron Fox 81 overall and a Yusuf Nurkic 81 overall. This team is definitely going to be hard to defeat. Let's see what happens here. Game number 1 goes to us. Tatum drops 29. Where is James? Only 15 points. He did kind of struggle. Where's Kyrie? He had 19. He's been struggling these last few games. Game number 2 is also a win for us. Let's go. There's the LeBron James we all know and love with 43 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Kyrie with 18. Tatum with 20. Can we go up 3-0? Yes, we do. Okay. This is going a lot easier than I had thought. 27 from Tatum, 25 from James, and 21 from Kyrie Irving. Are we going to be sweeping the Denver Nuggets? Let's see. We don't sweep them. They do beat us here in game 4. Jokic had 29. LeBron only had 11 points, 2 of 16 shooting. But hopefully we can gentlemen sweep them, and we do, to win the Cleveland Cavaliers their 4th championship in a row and completing the goal of winning LeBron James 6 championships. And he also ended up winning an MVP, which was a bonus. LeBron James wins Finals MVP, averaging 29, 11, and 8.5, as well as 2.5 stocks per game on amazing efficiency. Let me show you guys the player stats before I end off this video. We played a total of 21 games in the playoffs, and here are the player stats: 28 from Bron, 24 from Kyrie, and 20 from Jayson. And here are the NBA final stats: 28 points per game from LeBron James. I hope you guys enjoyed this rebuild. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for all the recent support you guys have been showing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.